Greetings, friends. This is the Cross-Moto channel. In this short segment, I want to tell you about the Polish motorcycle Sokol 1000, the heaviest and largest Polish motorcycle of the pre-war period in terms of engine size, which was intended for both civilian and military use. Enjoy the video. Let's start, as always, from a bit further back. The First World War had ended, and on November 11, 1918, the Polish Republic was established. The First World War demonstrated the irreplaceable role of motorcycles in combat. This equipment proved useful in reconnaissance, communications, and transport units. Motorcycles with sidecars also proved themselves well as mobile firing points equipped with machine guns. Such a unit could successfully deal not only with enemy infantry, but also with the aircraft of that time. After the end of the Soviet-Polish War, the Polish Army had several types of motorcycles in service, from companies like BSA, Triumph, Harley-Davidson, and Indian. The development of their own motorcycle, which would primarily meet the needs of the military, was only a matter of time. According to internet sources, the problem of the lack of suitable motorcycles that could serve both military and civilian needs had been on the agenda since 1910-18. At the end of 1927, the Polish Army issued a technical specification for the production of a heavy motorcycle intended to replace the Harley-Davidson motorcycles that were being used by the military at that time. Development began in 1928 at the CVS Company, Central Automotive Workshops in Warsaw, and the first motorcycles were already ready the following year, in 1929. By 1932, about 200 units of the CVS M55 motorcycles equipped with sidecars had been produced. Despite the fact that the motorcycle design was based on Harley-Davidson models, except for the engine, which was an exact copy of the Indian, they turned out to be unreliable. This was due to the designer's lack of experience in building motorcycles. Yes, the motorcycles were constantly improved every year. The M55 actually had 3 generations, but they didn't perfect it, abandoning further work on the model. Thus, it was decided to develop an entirely new heavy motorcycle for the Army. Zygmunt Akolov was appointed as the chief designer of the project. The CVS Company received government subsidies, and the designers, building on the M55 prototype, created a new motorcycle, taking into account all the flaws of the previous model. The main requirements for the equipment remained resistance to difficult road conditions, reliability of the design, and ease of maintenance.
No rider becomes an expert overnight. First, you learn from experienced riders.
Need help?
Investing can work the same way. Meet eToro, a multi-assets investment platform where you can follow top investors, view their portfolios, and even copy their trades automatically. Join real-time market conversations with ideas, trends, and questions as events unfold. And all of that connects to a wide range of assets, including stocks, crypto, ETFs, and more, all in one platform. eToro is a regulated service with over 40 million users across more than 75 countries. Start investing with eToro and get $50 worth of stock when you deposit $200 or more. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code and get your $50 worth of stock now. Join the largest social investments platform and learn from the pros. Now, back to the video.
Initially named CVS M111, The motorcycle turned out to be somewhat outdated technically and quite heavy even for its class. However, it turned out to be incredibly durable and reliable. Quality, nevertheless, never comes cheap. The civilian version of the motorcycle was sold for 4,200 zlotys, which was equivalent to $800 or 170 pounds at the time, which was just a little less than the cost of a car in those days. For a substantial amount, the customer received unprecedented quality. Thus, every 10th motorcycle underwent a complete inspection of all components and assemblies before being shipped to the customer. And absolutely all motorcycles were tested in real road conditions before being sold. Reliability. The reliability of the M111 was its great advantage. In off-road conditions, the Sokols were much faster than their American competitors. One of the main technical innovations introduced by Polish engineers was the soft suspension of the sidecar wheel, which significantly improved the handling and speed of the motorcycle when riding off-road. In 1936, the motorcycle's name was changed to Sokol 1000 M111 in order to attract more civilian buyers. The motorcycle was produced almost entirely from parts manufactured in Poland. Only 5% of the components were imported, and it maintained high quality throughout the entire production period. For example, even the 6-volt battery was produced under a Bosch license in Poland. As of 1936, the only imported parts remaining were the rolling bearings. The engine was produced at the Ursus factory near Warsaw. It was a 2-cylinder, 4-stroke side-valve V-twin engine with a 45-degree cylinder angle, producing a maximum power of 18 horsepower at 3,000 revolutions per minute. Production of the Sokol 1000 MM111 began in 1933 and continued until the start of World War II, that is, until September 1939. A total of 3,400 units of the Sokol 1000 were produced. A prototype of the Sokol MM121 tricycle was also created based on the MM111 model. The Sokol 1000 is a classic American design from those years. I think you understood that from the first seconds of the video. Tubular frame, spring fork in the front, rigid rear end. This chassis uses a V-twin engine with a multi-plate wet clutch, sending torque to a 3-speed gearbox and then by chain to the rear wheel. The weight of the solo motorcycle is 230 kilograms and the maximum speed is 100 kilometers per hour. The fuel tank holds 20 liters. That's enough for about 200 kilometers of range. As for the use of the motorcycle, it was in service with the Polish Police and Postal Service. In the Polish Army, the Sokol was in service with the signal troops, scouts, and was used together with armored vehicles. There were about 1,100 units in total. It is known that the 12th Tank Battalion had 37 of these motorcycles, and the 10th Cavalry Brigade had 266 of them. It is also known that a small number of Sokols were in the Hungarian army. Nowadays, the Sokol 1000 MM111 is a rare collector's motorcycle that you won't find in every motorcycle museum. This brings my story to an end. That's the story, my friends, of the Polish Harley-like motorcycle, the Sokol 1000. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time.